to Daily English News program on Azərbaycan Television with the major developments of the day. I'm Qabarıq. Azerbaijan's Defense Ministry released video footage from Mehmetbeyli village of Zengilan region and Juvarlı village of Füzuli district. Mehmetbeyli village of Zengilan region is located on the bank of Hakkari River. Kumkaya and other historical sites in the village dated back to the 3rd millennium BC are indicative of an ancient settlement. There is a tomb built by the architect Ali Mecdeddin in 1305 in the village previously known as Telekanalların. Ram-shaped tombstones are found in the village cemetery. Mehmetbeyli village, which has been under the enemy occupation since October 29, 1993, was liberated from the occupation by the Azerbaijani armed forces on October 20 last year. Juvarlı village, occupied by Armenia in 1993, was liberated by Azerbaijan armed forces on October 17, 2020. The village is located in the Fuz Hills. In the past, people responsible for the distribution of water were called Juvar. The population of Juvarlı village was mostly engaged in agriculture and animal husbandry. World-renowned National Geographic shared on its Instagram page highlighting the destruction perpetrated by Armenians in the liberated from the occupation Ağdam city of Azerbaijan. It says the newly liberated city stands in ruins after nearly 3 decades of occupation. Only the main mosque was left intact. Other buildings were demolished or stripped bare in the years since the city fell in 1993 during the conflict between Armenia and Azerbaijan. This conflict over many years displaced more than 1 million people. Preparations on holding meetings at the level of Turkish, Azerbaijani and Iranian foreign ministers and leaders have already been started. Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu said at the joint press conference after meeting with Iranian counterpart Javad Zarif in Istanbul. We want to make peace in the South Caucasus sustainable with 3+3 format, Mevlut Cavusoglu said, adding that they expect constructive steps from Armenia in this direction.
We all want the ceasefire regime in the South Caucasus to be long-term. Desire is not enough for this. It's necessary to contribute to the common cause. Peace and stability in the South Caucasus is beneficial to all, and especially to the countries of this region. But Armenia and its people can use this most of all. Therefore, we expect from Armenia appropriate steps in this direction.
Another project was launched in the trilateral cooperation formed in the railway sector between Azerbaijan, Turkey and Russia. This time container train transporting export cargo was seen off from Turkey to Russia. A train made of 15 cars headed from Ankara towards Versino station in Russia. The train is expected to cover a total of 4,650 kilometers in 8 days. The cargo of the train consists mainly of Turkish household goods. The total weight of the cargo is 150 tons. Having passed through the territories of Georgia and Azerbaijan along the Bakur-Tbilisi-Kars railway and the North-South transport corridor, the train will enter the territory of Russia. Opportunities and prospects of establishing new individual districts and agri-parks in the liberated territories will be assessed. The Agency for the Development of Economic Zones, established by the decree of President İlham Aliyev on the basis of Sumgayit Chemical Industrial Park LLC under the Ministry of Economy, will conduct an analysis in this regard.
The Agency for the Development of Economic Zones under the Ministry of Economy will conduct management and operatorship of 4 industrial parks, 4 industrial districts and 51 agri-parks, as well as future enterprises operating in our country. The main goal for establishing the agency is to improve the management and control mechanism of industrial districts and parks, agri-parks, increase the effectiveness of measures taken in this area, and to ensure a tight coordination system. About 9,000 new jobs have already been created in industrial parks. In 2020, compared to 2019, Sumgayit Chemical Industrial Park produced more than 37% of products. This figure is estimated at 1.1 billion manats. Or at present, Sumgayit Chemical Industrial Park produces 80 assortments of products, and 25% of them are exported to different countries. The geography of exports covers 30 countries. In 2020, 18% more products were exported compared to 2019. If we take into account the positive influence of economic success achieved in industrial parks in a short period of time on our country's macroeconomic indicators, it turns out that this is a very favorable platform and model in terms of public-private partnership. After the establishment of the agency, this model will be applied in industrial areas and agricultural parks. The state provides quality and sustainable infrastructure in industrial parks and districts and in a number of agri-parks. Surely the state finances the construction of this infrastructure. This allows entrepreneurs to save finances. After the establishment of the agency, the number of economic zones in the country is expected to increase. Cultivation areas are expected to expand. Against this backdrop, the state's support will be needed for the infrastructure. The agency will be implementing its coordination in this area. According to the state support, residents of industrial parks are exempt from land, property and revenue taxes for 10 years and from customs duties for 7 years, as well as imported equipment is free from VAT. Given the benefits of industrial areas and agri-parks, as well as one-stop shop system, a unified approach to economic zones can be applied in the future. The agency will also study and analyze the opportunities and prospects for the creation of new industrial areas and agricultural parks in the liberated territories.
142 infections with the novel coronavirus were registered in Azerbaijan. 399 people recovered after treatment and were released home. 6 people have died after testing positive for COVID-19. The overall confirmed cases in Azerbaijan have reached 229,935 with 222,553 recoveries and 3,116 deaths. The number of active infections is 4,263. To detect new infection cases, overall 2,394,476 tests have been conducted in Azerbaijan. The task force under the Cabinet of Ministers reported. That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us. Goodbye.